The following show is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, imbeciles, and scallywags. If you belong to any of these categories, or use phrases such as, that is sick, bae, or you won't believe what Kylie Jenner just did, then please turn off your radio. Because we don't need silly, rambunctious, slap-happy juveniles who wouldn't know good radio if it came up and bit them on the derriere. Thank you.
It's 2:40 on Wednesday afternoon, which means it's time for your midday appointment with me, Fiona Adams.
And me, Mandy Haywood.
And you're listening to Fiona Adams in the Afternoon, live from Media City UK for the next 20 minutes. In a packed programme today, we'll be listening to your views on the news in our Concerns Corner.
Our Agni Aunt will be here with us in the studio for our weekly problem phone-in.
You'll also get the chance to hear the next episode of our in-house drama, the only radio drama scientifically proven to reduce your life expectancy by 3 years.
And of course, there'll be plenty of adverts in between for all those consumer products you never knew you never needed.
So stay tuned or switch off now.
I know which one I'd pick.
And to celebrate the 3-month anniversary since Mandy's husband filed for divorce, we'll be giving away 200 VHS players to the first person who calls in.
But first, I'm sure you're used to seeing bowling balls rolling down a lane, but what about falling from the sky? Well, it was announced yesterday that 400 bowling balls are going to be dropped at mystery locations across the UK for the chance to win prizes. The event is being run by Craniums R Us, with all proceeds going directly to their brain injury fund.
And we are actually joined now by the CEO of Craniums R Us, Helen A. Handbasket. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning.
I think the one question everyone is thinking right now is, why the hell would you drop bowling balls from the sky?
I mean, why not?
I can think of several reasons why not.
We were looking for innovative and creative ways to raise money for our brain injury programme, and this has never been done before.
I wonder why. So, can you give us any hints about where these bowling balls will be dropped so we can avoid the area?
No hints, it'll be a complete surprise. The winners won't know what hit them.
A bowling ball, I'd imagine. So, you can't tell us about the locations, but maybe you can tell us about the prizes. What can people expect to win? A set of kitchen knives, a hunting rifle, an unexploded World War II bomb, perhaps?
No, that would be dangerous. All our prizes are family friendly, with game consoles, holidays and vouchers for a bunch of your favourite shops all up for grabs.
I'm sure that will make the prospect of lifelong brain damage worthwhile. I heard you actually piloted the competition in the States earlier this year. How many lucky winners did you have there?
25.
And how many of those ended up in your brain injury programme?
25.
Thank you, Helen, for joining us. The competition will be running from the 17th to the 30th of June, so if you'd like to avoid ending up on the brain injury programme, I'd recommend booking a holiday abroad for then.
Radio chose us, because TV wouldn't.
On Fiona Adams in the Afternoon, it's now time for us to take a look at some of the emails you've sent in this week in Concerns Corner.
It's time for Concerns Corner, where we pretend we care.
The first email comes from a Mrs. Peterson of Kettering. She starts by saying, "To all hunters out there who kill animals for food, shame on you." She goes on to say, "You ought to go to the store and buy the meat that was made there where no animals were harmed." A rather controversial viewpoint there. Any thoughts, Mandy?
Well, I was just thinking about getting a curry tonight.
I meant about the email.
Well, I think Mrs. Peterson raises a really good point. Why do we hunt animals for their meat when the shops provide perfectly good meat without the whole murder thing?
No wonder your husband wants a divorce. Anyway, this next email comes from Richard Hardman, who is concerned about proposed construction work in his local area. He writes, "I am disgusted. There are plans to build 2 towers near Salcombe Beach, an extremely popular nudist spot. Already regular visitors are fighting the erection."
Oh, I just bet they are.
And finally, Kate Hucknall from Bolton got in touch to say, "Is there any justice in this world? You can sue Asda if you fall over, KFC if you get fat, and yet you can't sue Smirnoff for all the ugly people you've slept with. Do you agree with Kate that someone should be allowed to sue Smirnoff for sleeping with ugly people?"
Personally, I don't agree. But I think a lot of your ex-boyfriends might.
Anyway, we'd love to know your thoughts on these thoughts, so please do get in touch with us via Facebook. Coming up, the woman who really puts the agony in Agony Aunt, Mariella Frostbite, will be here in the studio to advise you on your personal problems. But before that, a quick commercial break.
Look Burger Hut are putting your health first, with new advice on what meals are right for your health. I used to always buy a large Coke, and now I just buy 2 mediums. Thanks, McBurger Hut.
McBurger Hut has taught me how to work towards getting my 5 a day by selling me the new Strawberry McFat Shake with an apple pie stuck right there in the top of it.
So, what are you waiting for? Come on down to McBurger Hut, where we'll fill your mind, your heart, and your arteries. Side effects may include obesity and people repelling. Terms and conditions apply. We are Manchester Air. Are you looking for a hot meal included in the price of your flight? Tough shit. Travelling with a crying baby? Make use of our new top-of-the-range lockable baby storage boxes that slot neatly into the overhead compartment. Suspicious passenger? We'll introduce them to our special cupboard full of latex gloves. Manchester Air. You do what we say when we say, and we won't have a problem. Got it? You're listening to Sweet FA in the PM.
Yes, you're listening to Fiona Adams in the afternoon. I'm Mandy Haywood, and joining me now is our resident agony aunt, Mariella Frostbite.
All right.
Frost by name and Frost by nature. She is here to answer your calls on any personal problems you may be having. So if you'd like to ask Mariella a question, God knows why, you know the number to ring.
Call us on 0800 4321 21.
And it appears we have our first caller on the line, a Ronald Mottram from Oldham.
All right, my lover, what's your question?
Hello, Mariella. I've just gotten engaged to my girlfriend, and I was just wondering, what would you say is the key to a happy marriage?
I don't know, I've never had one.
I hope that hasn't put you off, Ronald.
I hope it has. Closest I've ever gotten to marital bliss is when my first husband took me to Italy for our honeymoon. We enjoyed a candlelit dinner overlooking the river. It was so romantic. Then we got back to the hotel and he threw up garlic bread all over my shoes.
Sounds very romantic. Well, on the line now is Julia Moore from Bury.
Hi, Mariella. I want to have an abortion, but I think it might be too late.
How many weeks is the child?
Oh, I'm not sure. Kevin, how old are you?
I'm 17.
About 886 weeks.
I think you may be slightly too late there, Julia. Better luck next time.
Our apologies, Julia. And our apologies to your son also. And our final caller is a Mr. Christian Mayhew of Worthing.
Hello, Mariella. It has recently come to my attention that a homosexual couple are going to be moving in next door shortly. It's a very traditional community, you know. Lots of families with young children. What would you suggest for us to do to improve the quality of the area in light of these rather unfortunate circumstances?
That's a rather tricky one, Lovey. After some careful consideration, I believe the best thing to do in this difficult situation would be to move house. I'm sure the neighbourhood quality would improve significantly once you're gone. Thanks for your call. I hope that solved your problem.
And that's all from Mariella for this week. If you have a personal problem and you'd like some advice, and if she hasn't put you off already, Mariella will be back next week for another problem phone-in. But now over to Samantha Shaw with the news and weather.
Good morning, this is Sweet FA News and I'm Samantha Shaw with our top stories. Just in breaking news, a police unit has responded to reports of a suspicious man stopping at multiple mailboxes. We will be live with our correspondent and a local witness at the scene shortly. In other news, here are today's headlines. Trouble is on the horizon as the trend of veganism is on the rise. Veganism is causing many cars in the UK to become redundant, which is causing outrage as people protest for animal rights. No animal should be made jobless. 84-year-old Barry Smith, owner of a golden retriever, has appealed as his dog was reported missing last Saturday. He was last seen in Worthington Park wearing a camouflage coat. Rimmel is set to start a new line of injectable makeup to enhance the appearance of internal organs.
It's changed my life. It really has. My confidence has skyrocketed and I've even found myself a boyfriend.
Yeah, she's got a right set of lungs on her.
Parliament has ruled out a further 137 versions of Brexit last night, raising the total number of rejected proposals to 4,973. As MPs voted down proposals that included naked Brexit, Brexit, but only on Wednesdays, and upside-down Brexit, it is looking increasingly likely that they will be forced to vote, yet again, on Theresa May's Brexit deal. May has taken to desperate measures and has since partnered with Alexander Meerkat for political advice.
If he wants to end the uncertainty and deal with the issues he raised in his response to my statement, then he should vote for a deal. Simples.
Back to the breaking news, we are joined with our correspondent live at the scene with a local witness.
Can you describe the man you saw at the mailbox this morning?
Yeah, he was tall, brown-haired, stockish build. You know what, now I think of it, sounds a lot like our Paul the postman.
Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jeff. Now for the weather. There are strong winds coming from the south. Downpours dot sporadically over the UK, affecting mostly the towns of Wide Open, Crapston and Loose Bottom. Yes, they are all real places. In the north, it's going to be moist and through to bright spells, the last place we expect it. Damp patches elsewhere. The foggy clouds of unpredictability for Thursday indicates it has a 25% chance of being bright and breezy, with the day staying ironic.
Sweet FA in the PM, with a face only an ear can love.
And now a chance for you to hear the next episode of our new drama series, a modern take on the classic novel Murder on the Orient Express. I should warn you that some listeners may find what they're about to hear disturbing. Disturbing the awful, that is.
Murder on the replacement bus to Blackpool North. Episode 2. Monsieur Putticock and Constable Grace Fielding are aboard the replacement bus to Blackpool North when a passenger is found dead after being poisoned. When the constable and Monsieur Putticock search the passenger luggage, they discover poison in a bag belonging to a Dr. James Jenkins, who they decide to talk to.
Dr. James Jenkins?
Ah! Constable. Oh, sorry. Constable. What can I do for you?
I'm Constable Grace Fielding, and this is Monsieur Putticock.
Hello.
Monsieur Putticock is visiting from France.
Really? I couldn't tell.
We'd like to talk to you about the death of another passenger on board.
Oh, I heard about that. It's so tragic. What was his name?
I don't know. It's not in the script.
Do you know how he died?
Poison, we suspect. You were the one to administer it. Oh, wait. Poison, we suspect you were the one to administer it.
Me? How dare you accuse me of such a thing?
What are you doing talking to my husband like that?
It's all right, darling. Please forgive my wife. She's not from round here.
Where is she from?
Yorkshire. Wait, Yorkshire? Can anyone do an accent round here?
Well, Dr. Jenkins, we're placing you under arrest for murder.
No, please don't take my husband. I beg you.
There's no need to get hysterical, madam. Oh no, what was that? Oh no, what was that?
That scream can only mean one thing. Our terrible acting was the real killer all along.
That was Murder on the Replacement Bus to Blackpool North, Episode 2.
And if you'd like to hear the next episode of our drama, well, I'm afraid you can't, as it's just been cancelled.
Sometimes we're funny, sometimes we suck.
You're listening to Fiona Adams in the afternoon. Live from Media City, it's 2:54, which means it's now time for today's Word of the Day. Word of the Day. Today we have Dale and Rolo debating over today's randomly generated Word of the Day. They may not be experts, but they were cheaper to hire.
All right, we've been given this random word generator. Let's see what it gives us.
Yes!
Oh, we're giving candles.
I love a good candle.
What? No respectable man buys a candle. Do you know what sort of man buys a candle? A whipped man.
Listen, right. I am not whipped. I just enjoy candles. I think they smell good, they look good.
Yeah, they're only covered in the smell of sweat and shame.
Listen, when I have the ladies round, they love them. And whatever happens that night, if they need to cover the smell, then that's absolutely fine by me.
You know what, mate? You're absolutely right. Ladies love them. They get put in stupid bloody places and do nothing but set the curtains on fire. Those curtains that your missus bought in the first place that cost £200 bloody pound.
I'm not going to put them near the curtain, because I'm not a moron. But they set a nice aura around the room. Do you like Friends?
Yeah.
The people that make them are called Chandlers.
Yeah, the one Friend character would make the most jokes about men buying them.
He gets emotional. He probably enjoys candles, especially when he's in the bath.
It's more like I caught you in there.
Listen, you didn't just catch me in there, but we said we wouldn't talk about that. If you had a blackout and you had some candles and you needed to see, you'd use them, right?
Do you know what? That's your one good point, and that is all you have. And do you know what? They used to be made from cows, insects, and whales. Whoever thought that their candles weren't vegetarian friendly?
Well, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Do you know what I think? I think you need to get down to Primark and buy yourself a new bra.
32 double D, hon. Bye.
Dale and Rolo there discussing our word of the day. We'll be reading some of your responses to our Concerns Corner from earlier in the show after this commercial break.
The annual mega sale is now on at Bolton Cars.
Why are you talking like that?
My voice sells cars.
So you're telling me that me saying that Bolton Cars delivers the best bang for the buck, including a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty and some of the best safety ratings, is not as good as you saying it?
Well...
See, no need for that.
But...
No, stop. Visit boltoncars.com or stop by.
Bolton Cars, the best in the business.
Ugh, you don't listen, do you?
There's something I like to do in my bath.
From the Heritage Bathroom Collection at Vulcan.
I'm going to tell it to you. You may laugh.
I laughed.
Playing with my duck, playing with my duck. I like a damn good bath. Playing with my duck, playing with my duck. I like a damn good.
Call us now on 0161 222 777.
Now back to the show.
If you're hearing this, it means that you're still listening to Fiona Adams in the afternoon. Well done for making it this far. Most people don't. We're now just going to take a quick look at some of your responses to the emails we read out in the Concerns Corner segment we did earlier in the show.
Oh, yes, and we got a comment from William Speakman, who wrote, "Wait, can you really sue KFC if you get fat? I decided I'd look into this, and I contacted KFC. They said, don't even try it fatso, so I guess you got your answer there."
We also had Abigail from Derbyshire. She just basically said about the meat in tins comment. She said they just sound like a really stupid vegan.
But you know, as a really stupid vegan myself, I take offence to that.
Oh, you're not vegan, Mandy, are you? You're just stupid.
Oh, yes, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm really pleased, though, that we've had responses from people here, from our listeners.
2 listeners.
I know. It's really good. It's lovely to see a bit of engagement on our social media platform that neither of us know how to use.
Oh, yes, I've been using letters forever, but I don't really write an address on them. I just put them in the mailbox and hope they get there.
I've been rocking the MySpace page since 2004, and I'll be staying that way. But on that note, we've almost reached the end of today's show. But before we go, we just have enough time to announce the winner of our competition.
We said at the start of the programme that we will be giving away 200 VHS players to the first person that calls in.
So a huge congratulations to Mark Hardy from BT. 200 VHS players are on their way to you.
Please, don't turn off our landline.
We'll be back tomorrow at the same time if we haven't been sacked by then, where we'll be discussing whether the Beatles will ever be as big as the Backstreet Boys. I'll be out on the street because my landlord has just kicked me out of my flat.
And I'll be asking the ghost of Margaret Thatcher what her favourite Julia Roberts film is.
That's something you certainly won't want to miss.
So until tomorrow, it's goodbye from me, Mandy Haywood.
And goodbye from me, Fiona Adams. This Fiona Adams in the afternoon.
Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. If you don't hear from us, the boss let us go. Goodbye, listeners, goodbye.
Now
Go away or I shall taunt you a second time.